Out of in- I don't think I need it for this. My headphones. What's up, Betty? What's up, Aunt? What's up, John? Yeah. So, if y'all been paying attention, I know y'all been paying attention because y'all not under no damn rocks or nothing. It's been a lot of interesting things. I got a comment already on here. Let me see something. I just went live. I just went live on Out the Frame on my StreamYard, on my Facebook, OTF podcast, Out the Frame podcast, and on my YouTube, Out the Frame podcast. I haven't went live like this in a long time. What's up, Don? What's going on? So I do want to ask y'all, especially my TikTok, because I never really go live on TikTok. How do y'all feel about this? Like this Kendrick and Lil Wayne thing. It seemed like it's heating up. I'm not gonna lie. It seemed like the people want blood. That's what it seemed like. But I don't know if y'all listen to GNX, the album that Kendrick Lamar dropped yesterday. He dropped the album out of fucking nowhere yesterday. And I'm not gonna lie, he ain't playing with nobody on this joint. He ain't playing with nobody. So just to let y'all know, TikTok, I'm live over here on this screen too. And for y'all that's watching on my Facebook, my YouTube, whatever, understand that I got my TikTok right here. So if y'all see me looking back and forth like this, that's because I'm trying to show both audiences some love. But tonight it's about TikTok. Yeah, that's my uncle. Yes, he from Guam. Yep, yep. Yeah. So bear with me as my audience is getting they're getting the message that I'm live now on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that. So I'm trying to set it up so that the chats could come into well, I'm not gonna be able to get TikTok chats over here. I'm not gonna have a I ain't gonna be able to do that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's my uncle. That's his name and definitely from Guam. We might be related. Hella random for sure. But yeah, man. Let's get back to business. Let's get back to business. Let me pull some stuff up as I do this because it's pretty wild. So y'all bear with me. Let me see if I get some and if y'all ever want to join when I do these lives, y'all ever want to join me? There's because I like to have the back and forth banter, the chatter, the debates, or if you will. And you can either join me on TikTok, join me on Facebook, whatever. I ain't ducking no smoke. This is called Out the Frame, and we call the fans here Out the Frame smokers because we don't duck no smoke over here. We with all the smoke, with all that shit. So, and bear with me because I just got this shit set back up and I'm trying to get it all up and running. But I think we good. I think we good. Man, I'm gonna tell you, I had a lot of people mad at me today because this is what I feel. This is what I feel. I don't feel personally that Lil Wayne he don't want no smoke with Kendrick right now. And that's not to say I'm not a Lil Wayne fan. I'm a fan of both of theirs. But but I will say Lil Wayne is not battle tested like Kendrick. So y'all can be a fan all you want. Y'all can fanboy out. Y'all can cry, whatever. Telling y'all what I know. It won't look good for Lil Wayne. And Lil Wayne, yes, lyrically is a monster. He's a beast. He can do all that. That's not to take away from his lyrical ability at all. That's not to say that he can't swing a haymaker and hit. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that to come down to a battle, Kendrick is way more prepared than Lil Wayne is. Trust me. He is way more prepared. What's up, Janine? Gene, Buck, what's up? What's up? Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for joining. Again, my conversation tonight is simply on some hip hop shit for Out the Frame podcast that I host along with my partner, but I'm in here solo dolo. And I said, man, let me just, because I made some comments earlier on different pages on Facebook, and people had a lot to say. Had a lot to say, and a lot of people was kind of why you know what? Why is people so emotional about rap now? Like why people some people saying they don't want the battle to happen and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all like people gonna be well, I know it can happen. I know people can die behind this shit, but trust me, ain't nobody dying behind no Lil Wayne and Kendrick Lamar shit. Like, no, it's not, that's not gonna happen, bro. Like, it's not that deep. I think they both got too much respect for each other. I think they both respect the craft of hip hop too. But let's call it what it is. I'm not gonna lie. I actually want to see. I actually want to see it because I don't think. Well, first of all, let me see what song that was. I think it was called "Whacked Out Morals" by Kendrick Lamar from the album he dropped yesterday, and I don't think he even really actually threw a shot at Lil Wayne. I don't think that's what happened. But I will say he's calculative as a motherfucker. He's calculative as a motherfucker. What's up? What's up? I see you made it. I see you made it. So let me just say this. Matter of fact, if you could share this live, feel free, Jamal. But I do want to bring that up. I do want to bring up what you said you didn't want to see you didn't want to see this, right? I actually want to see it myself. I actually want to see the battle, not because I want to see it get violent. That's not even on my radar. That's not on my radar. Appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate y'all sharing it. Because it's good for hip hop. I mean, let's think about this. Let's really think about this. Let's rewind a little bit, right? If it wasn't for the Kendrick and Drake, you want to call it a beef, you can call it a beef, but whatever. If it wasn't for the Kendrick and Drake beef, what would have been this year in hip hop? Like, what stood out to you? And I want you to answer that. What stood out to you besides that? And for me, I could say a resounding nothing. Nothing stood out. I mean, you had some releases and stuff like that, but see, every once in a while, well, first of all, for those who do know, hip hop is competitive. Exactly. Nothing stood out. And I'm not saying that you need a beef for shit to stand out, but it just is what it is. Nothing stood out. And if it wasn't for that coming in, what that beef started around May, I believe, man, or something like that. Maybe it had the whole summer going, you know what I mean, to be honest. And I think Kendrick's creativity, his art is actually good for hip hop. And I think, and it's not what I think, it's what I know because he's saying it. He's saying the reasons why he is doing such. He's actually saying, I'm doing this for hip hop. I'm doing this for the kids because there's too many fake idols out there that's misleading the kids. That's why he's doing it. So my hat's off to him. And I think that's why, honestly, I think that's why he's baiting Lil Wayne in. And as talented as Lil Wayne is, I think it's something in Kendrick that's saying you're not good for the culture. Now, be that as it may, everybody can say, what they will, and people can have their picks and chooses of who the culture is for and who it's not for and whatever. But it's some rappers that we can say that probably caused more damage to the culture than they actually help, if that makes sense, right? And I just think Kendrick sits back and he like looks and say, "What?" I mean, he's saying, "I'm not. This is not my opinion. This is not my opinion." I listen to what he's saying, and he's saying, "I'm taking aim at certain individuals within this rap game because y'all are misleading and y'all appropriating this shit. Y'all not doing right by it." That's why he's saying he's reincarnated as Tupac. Understood for those who don't understand. If y'all haven't been listening to the GNX, that's why he's saying what he's saying. So he said you're 78. So yeah, I get it. I'm 80s baby. So it is what it is. Nah, for sure though. But I'm just saying it to say I understand and I understand his reasoning. I'm not one of those who sit back and like, have my picks and chooses. I'm looking at it from he's looking at it from maybe a moral perch. And I ain't saying no one should be feel like they're above anybody, nothing like that. I'm saying it to say I can understand where he's coming from. He's probably sitting back saying, this is not what hip hop's supposed to be. This is not, we not. So he's like, fuck it. I'm gonna take all the fake ones out. And maybe he's sitting back and saying, Lil Wayne ain't good for the culture. Because and the only reason why I say that is because possibly the drug use. That's it. Other than that, I don't knock Lil Wayne. But I do sit back and say that's probably why he taking aim at that man. If anything, because I do believe this is a calculated step by Kendrick. And when I say calculated, here's what I mean. He didn't say nothing wrong about Lil Wayne. He didn't say absolutely nothing wrong about him. He mentioned his name. And what happened was bloggers, fans took it and ran with it. So that's why I named or this live, I said it's Kendrick baiting Lil Wayne because I believe he is. I believe he's that calculative. He's playing chess while everybody's playing checkers. And here's y'all remember what I'm saying. Remember this. Remember this. It's not gonna spill out the booth, bro. I'm talking to someone on my live. He said he don't want it to spill outside the booth. It's not because they have too much respect for each other. But I do think it can get dirty though. Like word wise, it can get violent in that sense for sure. We're talking about Wayne here and we're talking about Kendrick here. So best believe. But here's what I do think. Dang, I missed my train of thought. What I was about to say before that. But I do think, oh, about Kendrick being calculative. I do think this. I do think this GNX album that just came out. This ain't it, y'all, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't it. What's going to happen is we still got a couple months away from the Super Bowl. Super Bowl will be in February. I'm not sure exactly what day, but it will be in February. So we have a couple months away. And I think the Grammys is around that time. Hey Google, what month is the Grammys usually?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay,
But
whatever.
I found something similar. Do you want to know is the Grammys every 2 years?
Disregard. I do think it's in February, but anyway, I will say Kendrick is being very calculative, and I think what he's doing is he's baiting several people. Because could you imagine this though? Could you imagine he just dropped Gen X, right? And coincidentally, I made a post earlier on Out the Frame TikTok. I made a post on Out the Frame. It's Out the Frame OTF on TikTok. So if y'all want to follow me on there, you could do that. But I made a post about Kendrick dropping GNX and what that possibly mean. And lo and behold, GNX, the Grand National, the car, the vehicle is an 87, right? That's the year Kendrick was born, coincidentally or not. And it raced a foreign car. GNX is the Grand National, it's American made Buick. and it raced the Lamborghini and won, which is a foreign car. And I think that was a shot, a subtle shot at Drake again. He does little things like that. That's why I'm fucking with the movement actually, because he does little things like that. He's actually very very smart in his movements. He will drop a he would drop a line, or even his artwork, cover art or stuff like that, and you got to kind of pick up what he's putting down. I said, yeah, he's saying, yeah, this American made motherfucking car just beat a fucking Lambo, a foreign made car. And that was a shuttle shot at Drake for sure. For sure it was. He's very cognitive in that sense. But again, what I do believe he's going to do, he put this out. Now, if Lil Wayne takes the bait and says anything between now and the Super Bowl, it's going to be utter destruction come Super Bowl night. And I ain't talking about the football game. I'm talking about Lil Wayne will get demolished in his own town. It's sad to say, because he has, when you playing this game, you got to understand from a corporate standpoint, a political standpoint, however you want to see it. He's going to be taking that audience and being able to take that audience and use it as his push for any music, anything that he's doing. So you gotta just look at it from that standpoint. Everybody that's within media is going to be at that Super Bowl. So if you think about all of that type of media coverage with his music being rolled out at the same time, it's going to be crazy. So you got to look at it from not only from that standpoint, but how much coverage he will release new music during that time. You best believe it's going to be new music being released around the week of the Super Bowl, if not the day of the Super Bowl. Mark my words, he's going to release something. Besides he's not just going to use that opportunity to have a Super Bowl appearance and not capitalize off of it by dropping something new during that time. I mean, think about it. If you were in his shoes and you had the opportunity to drop new, or you have the opportunity to perform at the Super Bowl at this, why wouldn't you release new music at that time? Why wouldn't you release a whole new project at that time? That would make perfect sense, because it will be a business move. So he's being very calculative. He's just coming. You got to think about it. They not like us, and that whole little meet the grams, all that shit is just starting to die down right now. Maybe when the last week or two, it's just starting to get quiet. So now, boom, he comes right back with GNX. Now, look what's happening. People like myself, I'm not the only one. I've seen about 3 or 4 other YouTube channels alone, and I don't know how many posts I've seen on social media about this shit. So just understand that he's getting the momentum, and he's going to use this momentum for a rollout for a new album. So the dude, man, I'm not gonna lie, the dude is being very, very, very crafty with this shit. And right now, I don't see how anybody could possibly dethrone him at this point. Not at this point. I think 2025 is going to be a huge year for Kendrick Lamar. Huge year. I don't see anybody that's attached to him actually is going to have a huge year. So I do think Doechii, I think she's going to have a crazy year. I think SZA's going to have a crazy year. Soul just released his album, but I really think, like, if you not if you're not on this team, bruh, if you're not on this team, and if you say anything, and look, I'm a fan of Kendrick's as well as Lil Wayne's. I'm a fan of hip hop in general. But I see the moves that's happening. I say, oh yeah, This is about to be one of them type of things that we never really seen before because I do think I sit back, right? I sit back and I analyze this situation. I say, this dude really believes in his heart of heart that he's Tupac reincarnated. When I say that, I'm not saying he off his rocker. I'm saying that to say he looks at hip hop and his position in hip hop as a sense of responsibility. He's not in it for the accolades. He's not in it for the money. And you can kind of tell he's not that type of guy. He's not being flashy. He's not flossing. He don't talk about that shit. He talks about exactly what I'm saying. He feels he has a bigger sense of responsibility to the culture. I think he's really looking at this shit saying, we got so many fake ass niggas in this shit, and this shit is causing destruction to my people. I really believe that's how he looks at it. And I do think that's good for hip hop. I think he's so in tune with the culture of hip hop. He has his finger on the pulse of it. Like, no, like I haven't seen someone have their finger on the pulse of hip hop like this. And I'm talking about in a long time. Maybe I'm talking about early Nas, Pac, Jay-Z, early. I'm talking about when people were actually still moving and grooving throughout the streets. I'm talking about really understanding what the people really want to hear, really feeling. And really not since Pac that I think someone can really echo those sentiments of what the culture is really feeling. And this is why I think he's going to win. I think he's going to keep winning because when you can move the culture just like, I mean, he can move the culture like no one else. He can move that needle and he can move it corporately. The reason why I say he can move it corporately, he just dropped his album just yesterday, right? McDonald's changed their wrapper for the chicken nuggets that says mustard, right? But he said it like they wrote it out how Kendrick said it on a song that he just dropped yesterday. I said, so people need to realize like that's why he got chose for the Super Bowl because he moves the needle culturally and he moves it corporately. Who else like McDonald's not doing that shit for nobody. Like change their whole packaging for a sauce just because a rapper said something and it's not no business deal between them two. They just did it because they want to be a part of the culture. Yes, they're gonna try to capitalize off of it. Duh, that's what corporations going to do. But that's my whole point. That he can move the needle. He can move the needle like that. And I sit back and I watch it, and it's amazing. I think it's good for hip hop because I think it's good that someone is able to take shots at like people in a sense idol worship, right? Like they look at Wayne and Drake as these people that's kind of untouchable. And I don't think he gonna be finished with this shit. Like I really do think he's trying to really sincerely come at people's head. Cause I think he doesn't look at these people like again as being good for the culture, but what do y'all think? I'm rambling, but just is my thoughts because just like I said, the album just dropped yesterday. I listened to it fully between yesterday and today, and I've been looking at some of the backlash, if you will, or the outcries or some of the spillage from this shit. So it's just interesting. Like I said, I'm a fan of this shit. So I really sincerely like it. I like the battles. A lot of people say they don't want to see the battle, but I'm like, why? Like, why not? Like, I think we so worried about the shit becoming violent that we losing that this is what hip hop was built on. It was always about who's the top dog and why. And people don't understand hip hop also was always supposed to be for the culture and supposed to be a voice for the culture, like who is really truly representing the culture. That's what it's always been about. And if you wasn't really truly representing the culture, you didn't have no place in it. And that's what hip hop has been missing probably for the last 15, 20 years, to be frank. Right. So now I feel like somebody understands that and saying, nah, we gotta get back to that. Like if they not truly representing the culture like it's supposed to be, or representing the people like it's supposed to be, or even touching on something, it's all cool to party. It's all cool to have fun and stuff. But if you're in this culture and you are not talking about the way society is affecting people within this culture or vice versa, then you have no place in it. All right. And I think that's what we need to get back to because honestly, from my standpoint, I can see the damage that hip hop has done. Done a lot of good. It made a lot of motherfuckers rich. Make no mistake about that. It made a lot of motherfuckers rich, but we also got to understand it's countless casualties behind this shit. And I ain't just talking about dead bodies. I'm talking about from a spiritual sense, from a morality sense, all of that. And I ain't one to act like I ain't never done shit wrong. It's not that. Sometimes you just mature, you grow up, you understand certain things from a different perspective, and that's how I see it. So I think it's getting back to that, and I think it's about time to get back to that. To be honest, let me take a swig of this water because I'm just rambling. So if I take water, it made me disappear. That's crazy. That's crazy. But what's up, Sharon? What's going on? I could just hit this and say hi. I guess I can. So I guess I will go back and say hi to everybody because I just didn't know I could do that. Crypto. What's up, Julie? Oh, I like that name. Cocaine kills. Cocaine kills. What's up, Jeanette? I can't pronounce your name, but hey. Yeah, man. So back to it. Let me see what's up. What's going on over here? Over here. All right, bet. All right, yeah. So don't mind me. I'm also live on several other different feeds at the same time. I'm on my TikTok, I'm on my Facebook, I'm on my YouTube, all that at the same time. But yeah, so that's just what I see. I really do see 2025 beyond hip hop though. So I know what the title of this thing is, but beyond hip hop, 2025 is going to be one of those years. I'm telling y'all right now, y'all better. This ain't no tinfoil hat shit, but man, 2025 is gonna be one of those years that is gonna be for the record books. It's gonna be so much crazy things happening beyond, you know, entertainment, but it's already starting off crazy. It's already starting off crazy. So, but I'm not gonna hold y'all no more. I want to thank y'all for joining. I will try to continue to go live way more often than I do. Um, I just got my stuff back up and running again. So getting adjusted to this new shit again. But it's all good. I want to thank my TikTok followers for joining. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for joining. And I'm new to this. I'm starting to see. Okay, it's stuff on here that I haven't seen because I don't know about it. But it's cool. But I want to thank y'all TikTok for joining. Thank y'all Facebook for joining. Thank y'all YouTube for joining. Yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side. And also follow my podcast that's on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere podcast is available. Also YouTube, Out the Frame on YouTube, OTF. Also, what else? Oh, I will have a new podcast episode coming up really, really soon. And also another podcast that's going to be on the bleak reality. That's the one where I go kind of deep into the metaphysics, the spirituality, you know, all the out there stuff, you know. So it's a lot of people I know that follow me because of that. So I want to spin the block and hit y'all with some new information. All right. So salute to y'all. Thank y'all for showing up again. I'll log out on TikTok first. Yep. Peace. So um yep. So I'm back over here now because TikTok has ended. And that was cool. So let me follow. Yep. Yep. Yep, that was cool. TikTok, yeah, that's what's up. But I'm back over here now, and I'm about to end this one. So again, make sure y'all follow Out the Frame on all media platforms. So of course, Facebook, YouTube, the Facebook page, the Facebook group, also Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio. Y'all see the ones right here below. You see iHeartRadio right there. You see Apple right there and Spotify right there. So yeah, make sure y'all follow those. And I'm out. Peace.